Alrighty, this is part two. I might shut this camera off here after 30 minutes, or if I have more energy, I might go on for a bit longer into part three. We'll see what happens, obviously. So, yeah, because Peter's greedy, he might try and push for a lower salary for the actors, obviously. I even pay Avangeli 500K. I'm like, Peter, I'm not going to pay Avangeli 500K. That's a shitty paycheck, man. Ivan, that's a good paycheck, man. This is more than what my stars made in Lord of the Rings. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, Peter, I know why you're doing this. You want to take all their money. I'm not going to let you do this, man. I'm not going to let you take. Because Peter might try and take a piece of the actors' money for their base, as well as their royalties. Ivan, just pay them the flat salary. Don't give them a piece of royalties. Give that money all to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, Peter, you're fucking greedy, man. You like taking all the money for yourself. I'm not going to do that, man. Because he wants like a 600+ million deal, Peter. He's greedy. He wants like 350, 400 million in his bank after taxes because he's a greedy pig, obviously. He wants a nice chunk of that pie. Because Peter's blinded by his greed, obviously, he doesn't think about others. He just thinks about I want to be cent of that. Yeah, he wants every cent for himself. He's greedy. He's a greedy pig, obviously. Like, Peter, you have to think about others. Don't just think, yeah, but you have to think about others too. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, Peter, I am thinking about others. I'm giving a piece of the problems. Yeah, but Ivan, you're making way more than us. You're making your $40 billion off the movie merch. You're giving us peanuts, Ivan. I'm like, Peter, you're not worth $1 billion deal, man. You're fucking crazy. You're not worth that. And even though I'm taking all the pie for myself, I'm sharing some of my wealth with you, with all you guys, which you didn't share shit with Lord of the Rings actors or the King Kong actors. You took everything for yourself. You took the whole pie for yourself. Because you're greedy, man. You're a greedy pig. Peter is a greedy animal. He has greed on another level. And that's why you gotta be careful, Mike Peter. I'm gonna tell VJ, we have to be careful about the greedy animal, Peter Jackson. He's gonna try and suck every penny dry off everyone, most likely. And if not, he will try and push for a large salary. If he doesn't try and suck the money off the actors, he will try and suck the money off what? Off me and VJ's profits, obviously. And he might even push for a higher base. I'm like, Peter, I'm not paying you any more than 85 million base. You don't make this in Hollywood. The actors in Hollywood don't make this in Hollywood. This is good enough. You're going to walk away with almost $60 million in your bank. That's a lot of money. That's more than how much a lot of celebrities are worth in Hollywood. Peter will walk away with like a $57 million check in his bank after taxes and his agent. $57 million you're going to walk away with in your bank after taxes. After the 4 years of Zans, it's a lot of money for 4 years of work. You only made like 10 for Lord of the Rings, and you made your 20 million for King Kong. And I gave you a good eye. That's a good deal, Ivan. Yeah, I gave you a good deal, Peter. You're just being greedy. You're being greedy pigs, Sarah. Most big directors make their 20 million base around there in Hollywood. You're making your rich 85 million, which is like 106 million New Zealand money. You sign a $100 million deal for your base, that's a lot of money, Peter. But he might try and push for 150, 200. I'm like, no, Peter. I'm not paying you 150. I'm not paying you $200. You're getting greedy. What I'm already paying. What I'm paying you is enough. Sarah. I even paid John Boyega like 1.5 million, Ivan. He's only worth like $1 million, $1.5 million for your movie, Ivan. I know he is. But if you pay him that, he won't work as hard, man. Ivan, he'll work hard, man. Like my Lord of the Rings got paid to work hard for me. Like, Peter, the difference between what the Lord of the Rings actors and the Zayn's actors is that the Lord of the Rings movies only did about 800 million to $1 billion, or about $1 billion. Whereas my movies are gonna gross like 100 plus $1 billion. These actors saw my videos, they know the kind of money I'm gonna be making for my movie. There's nothing worse than them knowing I'm gonna make like $40 billion and you pay them $1.5 million, 500K. No. Pay them the millions of way they're not angry and they don't resent you, man. Peter, if you pay John $1.5 million and you pay Evangeline 500K, they can resent me. They can resent Jon Favreau and Nick Filoni, or Peter Rice or James Gunn, whoever I hire. Don't hate me, you know what I'm saying? They can resent you, Peter, because you signed your $500 million deal, and I'm paying them peanuts. Yeah, but I'm much bigger than them. Yes, that's why I'm signing you to a $500 million deal. But you're pushing it. I'm not going to pay any more money. Trust me, John Boyega, you know what I'm saying? Avon, Joe J, Carl Urban, and all of them. They all saw my videos. They know the kind of money I'm going to make off my movie. Yeah, Ivan's movie's going to gross like $100+ billion in sales for the box office, yes. And which equals tens of billions in profits for Ivan and VJ. They know me and VJ are going to make, I don't know, $40 billion off the movie and merch. There's nothing worse than me and VJ making that money and you pay, what's his name? John Boyega $1.5 million. He only walks with 500 grand. Because don't forget, Peter, John Boyega lives in London, man. Hence, you have the pound rates, right? It'll make even a bit less. If you pay him $1.5 million, it'll only make about 500K. Ivan, that's a good paycheck. Peter, that's a shitty paycheck. No, pay him 8.9. he walks away with about a $3 million check in his bank. He walks away with his millions, and you give him $5.5 million of the profits. You sign him to $1.5 million deal for the game. John Boyega is now walking away with his $5+ million check in his bank. About $5 million in his bank after taxes. That's a lot of money. That can last him for 10, 15, 20 years. At least 10 to 15 years. That can last. Depends how he blows his money. He lasts him for at least 10 to 15 years. It's a lot of money. And he'll work harder for you. Like, remember Ray? Remember that performance you got from him in Star Wars? Well, think of a performance better than that for the Zanus movie. Because I paid him more. We paid him more money. We paid Yvonne Julie more money. Pay Yvonne Julie $4 million, he'll walk away with a $2.1 million check in his bank. That can last him for 10+ years. Get his nice car, his nice Porsche. He can still get a nice car if you pay him $500K. Yeah, you can get a nice car if you pay him $500K. But it's a big con in his budget. Like if he walks away with $260,000 in his bank after taxes, he can get a nice $60,000-$70,000 Porsche. But after that, he only has like what? He only has like $190,000. That can last him for maybe a year or 2 years. It's not that great of a paycheck. Whereas if he walks away with $2.1 million in his bank, he can get his nice Ferrari, he can get his nice Porsche, he can get his nice $150,000 Ferrari, his $200,000 Lamborghini, he can get his nice Porsche. You can buy a nice $1 million condo, rent a high-end apartment in Vancouver. A nice, like, I don't know, $3,000 a month, $4,000 a night apartment you can easily rent. Yeah, because he guys moves. If you pay him that, give him pieces of royalties, $5.5 million of royalties, assign him to do for the game, he'll walk away with like $6 million, $5.8 million in his bank. That's enough to last him for 10, 15 years. He can get all his nice stuff. He'll work harder for you, Peter. Money talks. The more you pay the actors, the harder they work. The less you pay them, the less hard they work. They'll still work hard, obviously. Even if you pay an actor a shitty paycheck, he'll still work hard, obviously, because he signed a contract, but he won't work as hard. He'll kick back a little bit in his acting, because he's getting a shittier paycheck. Whereas if they're getting a nice fat bi-weekly check and they know they're going to get a nice piece of royalties, and you sign them to a multi-million deal for the game, they're going to work really hard. Because they know they're going to strike it much richer with millions in their bank, man. They can do good stuff with that money. They can buy their nice clothes. You know how many V's are going to go on that shopping spree? Yeah, all these actors can go on a nice clothes shopping spree and buy themselves their nice clothes, their nice suits. $2,000 suits, they can easily afford it, yeah. They can go on like a $50,000, $60,000 clothes shopping spree, man. $70,000 clothes shopping spree, yeah. And you also have speaking fee earnings, yeah. Speaking fee earnings if I go touring. So if I don't go touring, the actors will not get their speaking fee money, but they're going to get their game money if I do the game, and they're going to get their royalties, and they're going to get their base salary, and their $250K for the merch. It's a good deal. There's $60,000 worth of commercial money, and their $2,000 worth of gas card. They're going to work hard for me. See what I'm saying? I know what I'm doing, Peter. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. Fine, Ivan. Pay up on his $4 million. I'm just saying, Ivan. He's ripping you off. He's not worth that, Ivan. That's an A-lister contract. I'm like, Peter, I know what I'm doing. If you pay him more money, he'll work harder for you, man. Trust me. 1 year, Peter. 1 year of filming is blood, sweat, and tears. There's nothing worse than working for 1 year for $500K. No, man. Pay them a nice what? Pay them the millions. See what I'm saying? Ivan, Digimon Su's not worth 10.9, man. He's only worth like $1.8 million for your movie, Ivan. $1.8 million, $2 million at most, Ivan. 2.5 million he's worth for your movie, Ivan. 2.2 million he's worth for your movie, Ivan. I'm like, Peter, I'm not paying him $2.2 million. Cassius is a very major character of the story. If you want him to destroy the role of Cassius, pay him his rich 10.9. That way he works harder for you and he walks away with millions in his bank. And give him a nice $5.5 million of royalties. And sign him to a deal for the game. A $2 million deal for the game. That way he works harder for you, Peter. They all brag how much better my company is in Hollywood. Oh, Ivan's company blows out of the water. I don't make this in Hollywood. I only make like $1 million. John Boyega will be like, yeah, in Hollywood I can only bargain for like my $1 million. Ivan signed me to like a $16+ million deal, $16.4 million deal. Yeah, that's how much guys like Johnny Depp, Will Smith, and all them make in Hollywood. Yeah, that's how much bigger A-listers make in Hollywood. And I signed John Boyega to a massive contract. They'll work harder for me, obviously. Yes, Peter, I'm not stupid. I know John Boyega is not worth 8.9. I know he's not worth 8.9. He's only worth like $1 million, $1.5 million for my movie. I know Carl Urban is not worth 4.5. I know he's only worth like a good $700K, $750K for my movie, $800K for my movie. Carl Urban, some saying. I know Evangeline is only worth $450, $500K for my movie. I know Digimon 2 is only worth about $2 million for my movie. You know what I'm saying? I know Don Cheadle's only worth maybe $4 million, 4.5, $5 million for my movie. See what I'm saying? If you pay them more money, they'll work harder for you. Pay Don Cheadle his nice $10 million. He'll work harder for you, Peter. He'll destroy the role of Maramis. As he doesn't make $10 million Hollywood. He probably makes on average is a couple $1 million. 3, 4, 5 million Hollywood on average. Pay him his 10 and give him a nice 0.03% of the profits. A nice $60 million of the profits. You sign a $26 million deal and work really hard. Don Cheadle. It's a massive contract. Because Don Cheadle is worth like $40 million, give him 0.03. Give him a nice $16 million of the profits. That's about 0.3%, 0.03. So Don Cheadle, I won't pay him as much as Digimon Su, but I'll give him a higher piece of the profits. Whereas Ariana Grande, I'll give her the highest amount because she's bigger than everyone else. But her salary, I'll pay her less. I'll pay her 5, and I'll give Ariana Grande like 0.05 of the profits. Or I can give her a flat like 23 million, $24 million, $23 million of the profits of Ariana Grande. You can do that for her. 0.03 is what? About like, I don't know. 0.05 is what? Is like 20 million. You give Ariana Grande a good $20 million of the profits. That's a good deal for her. $20 million of the profits. 21 million around there for Ariana Grande. Give her a nice piece, a bigger piece, a bigger chunk. But pay her a lower base salary. That way you keep her happy. Because Ariana Grande will be like, what the heck? You're paying all these guys more than me. I'm bigger than all of them. Yeah, because you're not a big actor, Ariana Grande. You're a bigger celebrity, but in terms of your value as an actor, you're not as big as Don Cheadle. You're not as big as Digimon Su. You know what I'm saying? You're a B-list actor, but because you have value and you're a big celebrity, I'll give you the highest amount for the royalties. I'll give you a nice $21 million of royalties. That way you keep Ariana Grande happy. You keep her agent happy, and you keep Ariana Grande happy. That way she works really hard for you. Because Ariana Grande signed a massive like $26+ million deal. It's a massive contract. People's like, Ivan, this is madness, man. You're overpaying all your actors, man. They're all making like rich A-lister salaries, Ivan. This is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the biggest contract ever for an entire cast. You know what I'm saying? He was all shocked. I'm like, yes, and that's why these actors are going to work hard for me. They're all going to brag how much better my company's in Hollywood. In other words, once you guys see the documentary, you see how much I'm paying all the stars, it's finally going to hit your minds. Holy shit, this is the biggest contract ever for an entire cast. Hollywood doesn't work like this. Hollywood only like 2-3 people make a lot of money, and everyone else gets their shitty money. Yeah. In Hollywood, how it works is only like the big stars. 2 or 3 of the A-listers make a lot of money, and everyone else, you have to balance out, they make less money. One big actor, you pay him 20. Another big woman actor, you pay her 6, 7, 5. And another actor, you pay him like 2 million, 1.5, and everyone else gets their 400, 600, 800,000. They have balance on their budget, obviously, yeah. And the minor ones get their shitty paycheck. That's how it works in Hollywood. I'm saying, was I have enough money to pay all my stars their consistent rich millions. Because my company's buried in Hollywood, yeah, man. My company is buried in Hollywood. Obviously. So Peter will help me make the call for the main things. He'll help me correct the script, do the contours, take his notes, consult with 17. We're going to go over the script 2 more times, obviously, once the script is finished. And he'll help me sign the stars and the act and the crewmen the first year. Whereas the second year, Peter will only help me sign the cinematographers and the cinematographers and the special effects team. Whereas everyone else, me and VJ will sign those guys, or I'll have my 2 certificates sign those guys. Take the stress off me and VJ. Put your team to work. For the second year, I might not even. For the second year, I might just sign the stars, the cinematographers, and the special effects team. And then for the rest of the month, I'll just have my 2 certificates sign everyone else. That way, me and VJ can meet them for the takeout. That way, we have me and VJ are less stressed. Me and VJ will be chilling pretty much. But there's a good chance Peter will offer Ivan. I'm more than happy to stay for till the end of the second year and help you sign all the guys. Because signing guys and doing takeouts is slack work. You just put the pen and paper in and you just go. Because Peter wants to be a part of all those parties and takeouts with me and VJ. I'm like, no, Peter. After we sign the stars and the special effects team and the cinematographers, I'll send you home for a good month or 2. And then 2 months, and then 3 months into the second year, I'll fly you, Fran, Barry Austin, to oversee stuff going on in Switzerland. The mask designers, the costume designers, weather workshop design, the armor and weapons, you guys will oversee some of that. And I'll have some of the construction crewmen start building some of the sets halfway through the second year. So after I fly in the cinematographers, special effects team, I'm gonna fly in the chefs and construction guys, some of the construction guys right away, because I need them to start working on the sets early second year. Second year, I need those. I need you guys starting to work on a set like halfway through the second year around there. That way you have more time to build the sets. You give them a good year and a half. That's more than enough time for them to build the sets. Sincere. Yeah. So that's what Peter will help me do. Obviously, he'll take his notes every evening after work is finished. Obviously, and he will help me co-write the script every morning from 9 to 12. We got 2 minute breaks. How it's going to work is I'm going to buy a bunch of notebooks, and I'm going to have pencils obviously, and we're going to write. Peter will be right next to me, and my two scribbles will be with me twice a week, obviously, and they're going to help me co-write the script from pencil to paper. That way it's easier. That way we focus better. And I'll hire my typewriter who typed out the 4-year plan for Zane's, have him be in my office and type out what we wrote down while I do the contrast with Peter and all of them. So Sarah, and I'll have him save a file. I won't give him my Hotmail password. No. What I'll do is I'll buy 2 USBs. Okay, save whenever you type up whatever you wrote down for this day on my computer. Save the file on my desktop and save it on 2 USBs. One USB for me and VJ, another USB for Peter and Guatemala Toro, obviously. And I'll just tell Peter, whenever the guy gives you USB, save a copy on your Hotmail and on a desktop on your computer too. That way you have multiple saving spots on saving spots. Yeah, I have not do that. Yeah, and I'll save my file on my Hotmail too, just in case. And then I'll have the file saved on my desktop on my computer, and I'll also save it on my laptop at home too. Save it on my desktop on my laptop at home. Save it on multiple locations. That way, if something goes wrong, you have it saved somewhere else. There's nothing worse than having your file getting deleted and you do all that dirty work. No. Make sure you save it in multiple locations, obviously. And I'll buy Peter his USB. But Peter has to bring his own laptop. Okay, Peter, if you have a laptop, bring it with you. So Peter, when you go over your script, obviously, you can either go over it on your laptop or you can go over it on the paper. Obviously, you go over the script on your laptop, or you can go over the script on your paper. Obviously, some saying. Yeah. So I'll ask Peter, what's best for you? Whenever we write down the script for that one day, obviously, do you want my script for us to print a hard copy of the script and give it to you to look at for your notes, or do you prefer to go over it on your computer? See what I'm saying? I don't know, Ivan. I prefer to go over it on the script. Yeah, I prefer to go over it on the script. The computer is annoying. It's distracting. I prefer to have a hard copy of the script. Obviously, ask Peter what works best for him. Hey, Peter, you're gonna have to buy a lot of. I'm not gonna buy Peter's notebooks. He can buy it himself. He's fucking rich. It's only gonna cost him, I don't know, $50-$60. Hey, Peter, go to the dollar store, or you can go to the dollar store if you're cheap. Get yourself a good 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 notebooks for yourself to take your notes. Or you can go to Staples, which is the best company in Canada for school products. And all that stuff. Go to Staples, get yourself a good 10 notebooks, and take your notes. You can either get a notebook, or you can get paper. You can get lined paper. You can buy yourself binders if you want. You can put in a binder if you want, or have your notes in the binder, or you can have your notes in a notebook. It's up to you. Whatever works best for you. Obviously. Some saying? That's how it's going to work. And Peter will help me make the calls for the main things. So the hotel, the Bergenstock Luxury Hotel 2-day party, the red carpet event in Switzerland, obviously. He'll help me make the call for that. He'll help me make the call for the IMAX cameras. I'm going to rent 10 of the cameras. If Peter wants more cameras, like, Peter, I'm not going to rent like 15, 20 cameras. You're wasting money, man. You need backups. I'm like, Peter, 10's enough. Like, 10 cameras is enough. I'm not going to waste money. IMAX cameras are pricey. If we rent like 20 cameras, Peter, it's going to cost you almost $20 million. That's a big con on the budget. No. I'm going to go around that $8, $9, $10 million range for the budget of the cameras. 10 to 11 cameras is enough. We can rent 11 even. But anything over 11 is too much. 11's enough. We can get 10 or 11 of the best IMAX film cameras in Hollywood. We can get the best lenses and speakers to update the camera. I'm going to update all the cameras. And we can get the best equipment for the cameras. The best drones for the high shot. I'll rent a good 3 to 4 drones. And I'll rent top high-end camera moving sliding stands. The moving sliding stands, obviously. The stuff that the camera's hooked onto and it moves. The camera, yeah, you need to get a bunch of those. The best stuff for gliding too. the gliding equipment for the cameras for the gliding shots. Yeah, you have to get all that. The lighting equipment, the sound equipment for the assistant camera. You got to get all that for the movie. Peter helped me the call for that. It helped me the call for the costumes, armor, and weapons, and the machines for the mask, for creating the mask. Because I'm not going to have Ayrton and me full on CGI motion capture characters. No, I want them to wear a costume and a mask. That way you get better acting from them. So I'm going to build the big city of Iraq, and Ayrton and all those animal actors are going to be wearing the masks and the costumes. Hence, you'll get better acting out of them because they can imagine their surroundings. I'm going to make sure they design masks where you get good facial movements when the characters talk. You get good facial movements when the characters talk, obviously. Design the best masks with this kind of money. Obviously. So the sewing equipment for custom making all the costumes for all the actors in my movie, obviously, and the tools for creating the armor and weapons for Weather Workshop. Weather Workshop creating that, obviously. As well as the machines for creating renting the best machines for creating all the masks. I rent a good 5-6 machines. That way I can print a good like 40-50 masks a day. And if the mask designers start working on it early second year, within the 2 years they'll be able to design a good 27 to 30,000 masks for the animal characters and all the extras. Because the extras are going to be wearing those demonic masks too. Because you have civilians in Barack. That's why for Barack I'm going to build like a 1.5 acre city. Something huge, man. Zayas, I'll have it be a good 1 acre. Safis, I'll have it be maybe 0.7, 0.6 acres. And Cyrus, I'll have it be maybe 0.2 acres. That's enough. In the ancient Gilead city, I'll have it be like a huge 1 acre city. The mountains will be like a 1 acre mountain, artificial mountain, something crazy. Like something I heard of for the sets. Yeah, Peter helped me call for that. And it'll help me make the call for the kitchen equipment and the food and the drinks. So we call Switzerland, we call the best farms. And we buy all the food. So I'll have the head chefs give me and Peter all the ingredients. We make the calls. We buy all the best food in Switzerland. A lot of work, obviously. And we rent the kitchen equipment for the chefs to cook the food. Whereas the pavilion dome tents, the tables and chairs, you know what I'm saying? My team will make the call for all that, obviously. Peter might tell me, Ivan, just rent a trailer. You don't have to rent the kitchen equipment. You're wasting money, Ivan. Like food is not that important for a movie, Ivan. You don't have to have them rent kitchen equipment. Get a trailer. It'll save us money, Ivan. You know, it's like, Peter, I'm not going to have the chefs make food in some shitty trailer like you did for Lord of the Rings. No. Have them work in a professional kitchen environment. They have nice blenders, nice knives, nice forks, a nice hot plate, nice stove, nice oven where they can make the food. I know what I'm doing. We're going to need a nice hot plate where we store all the buffet food for the movie. Yeah. Fine, Ivan. When we call the best kitchen company, we rent the best kitchen appliances in Switzerland. So for the food and kitchen equipment, I'm going to get all the stuff in Switzerland. That way it's cheaper for me and Peter and all them. It's cheaper on the budget because I don't want to get food from America and have to ship all like you can't get food from America. Food you need to keep it in a fridge for it to not go bad. Obviously, the last thing you want to do is have to ship all that stuff to Switzerland. You're looking at high shipping fee costs. That's why for the food, get everything in Switzerland. That way it's easier. I can just call the company and you can have a truck deliver it on location. Obviously, so we buy all the food in Switzerland. We rent the kitchen equipment in Switzerland. We rent the vending machines in Switzerland, and we buy all the coffee, tea, French vanilla, milkshake, and soft drinks, all from big companies in Switzerland. I'm saying, me and Peter will make those calls. And that's all Peter has to help me with for the calls. So it's slack work. It'll still be a lot of work, obviously. So you're looking at it's a lot of work, obviously. But it's nothing compared to what the other guys do. The other guys are doing their dirty ass work, man. The other guys are doing their dirty ass work, obviously. And writing the script is dirty work too. I was looking at like a 400-page script. We got to write, man. That's a lot of work. But it'll go by very fast. Trust me, once I work on a script every day from 9 to 12, before you know it, 1 month goes by. Before you know it, 1 month goes by, and me and Peter, we already wrote like 45 pages of the script. Holy shit, this is going by fast. Yeah, it'll go by very fast. Slack work, obviously. We'll work on a script for 3 hours every morning, and then we what? We what? We get 2 breaks. In the afternoon, we do the concerts. We discuss what pictures we like for the movie, what pictures we don't like. We discuss the movie for 4 hours. 2 breaks after lunch, obviously. And at 5 o'clock, everyone's on work, and then Peter dedicates a good hour, hour and a half. He takes his notes to go to Del Toro. And his wife, Frank, can help him too. And he's off for the rest of the day, and I give them weekends off, which is nice, obviously. I want to be very strict, Peter. I don't want Aerosmith to be a full-on CGI character, man. If you're not a fan of the motion capture, no, man. I don't want full-on CGI Aerosmith. Otherwise, it'll look a bit cheesy. Ivan, I want the 50-50 balance of CGI and practical effects. Have Aerosmith and them wear masks and costumes, but you apply the unheard special effects towards those costumes, and they look very amazing, but they look more natural. Like your ring race in Lord of the Rings, they looked very amazing, but they also looked a bit more natural. So you know how your ring race looked in Fellowship of the Ring? Yeah, they're creepy like that, so they look more natural. I know what I'm doing. Stay away from full CGI Aerosmith, and stay away from digital cameras, Peter. I don't want to film Zanes in digital IMAX. No, the movie won't look as good. You want to get that natural feel look, that Lord of the Rings look, you need to film it in film, not digital. Digital is good for stuff like Star Trek, Star Wars, you know what I'm saying, Avengers, like Marvel. It's good for those kind of movies, but for fantasy movies, not full on digital is not good. I don't like your Hobbit look. Your Hobbit look too computery, man. That's why I stay away from. Because Peter might try and push for digital IMAX. But Peter, no, I don't want to film Zanes in digital IMAX. I want to film it in film, where you get the more natural look. I know what I'm doing. You know how Lord of the Rings looks a lot more natural than what? It looks a lot more natural than The Hobbit. The Hobbit looked a bit computery. Yeah. Stay away from digital cameras, Peter. And stay away from PG-13 Aerosmith. I guarantee you my Tuesday was John Favreau, Nick Filoni, or like Peter Rice, James Gunn, I'm saying they might tell me, Ivan, like, have Aerosmith be PG-13. I'm like, no, guys. I don't want Aerosmith to be a full-on CGI PG-13 being. No. So Tactics is an agony for a wolf that's not scary. Like, no, man. Like, have Aerosmith. Ivan, like, PG-13, he'll still be pretty freaky. I'm like, Peter, no. I don't want him looking like an Azog-looking wolf. No. Ivan, Azog was pretty freaky. Yeah, he was pretty freaky, but he wasn't that scary. I want Aerosmith to be the devil himself. That way you do dress for the story. And that's why Zane's will be the best story ever told in the motion picture. The best movie trilogy ever made, right? I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing, Sarah. Yeah. Yo, Ivan, you're right. If you have Aerosmith and them be devils, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna create a more powerful story, Ivan. I'm like, yeah, Ivan, you're right. You know, even though I disagree with you, I think it should be I think it should be more suited for children. Obviously, it'll create a more powerful story, Ivan. Yeah, it'll create a more powerful story. I know what I'm doing. You have the North, that's whole. You have the South, that's cursed. So that picture I showed I posted on my Twitter account. You have what? You have what? You have the Mystic Veil, the sunset, and then once you pass the Mystic Veil, you're in the Animal Kingdom in the South. And Eratat's the king of Baraki, he's the king of the South. Look at an amazing story. And Nephesus is the king bad of the city and the mountains. The city and the mountains, yeah. You have that green mossy look, and they journey through the mountains and mosquitoes. Look at an amazing story, yeah. People are like, yeah, I read your book, man. If you have this kind of story, you're looking like the best movie trilogy ever made. Yeah, man. Because Peter has an ego, he won't say that, though. Because Peter's Lord of the Rings movie is his baby, right? Peter does not want to compete with his Lord of the Rings trilogy, because Zanus will be Peter's baby. It's his movie. I'm like, Peter, Zanus, treat Zanus like your baby. It's your movie. You're the boss. This is your movie. You're directing the movie. Hence, Peter will what? Peter won't tell me Zanus will be better than Lord of the Rings, but he's not stupid. You're right. But yeah, I can see Ivan's point. If you adapt this kind of story and you put $1 billion towards this, $1.20 billion towards this, looking at like the best movie trilogy ever made. Yeah, but look at an amazing story. Obviously. Peter asking, Ivan, you're putting $450 million towards special effects towards these demonic masks, Ivan? I'm like, yeah, Peter. Holy shit, Ivan, you're looking at devils. You're looking at real horror, Ivan. This is a revolution of horror. This is real horror, Ivan. Eratat and them are going to make my ring race and Orc-High look good. Yeah, Eratat will make those ring race and Orc-High and Lord of the Rings look good, man. In other words, once you see the Zanus trailer and you watch Lord of the Rings, holy shit, like, Eratat and them are all make all these beings look good. Yeah, they're going to make all these orcs and Orc-High look good, yeah. Because Lord of the Rings was PG-13, was PG-13, obviously. The first one was 14+. It was a little darker, obviously. Whereas the second and third one were PG-13. Think about it. Lord of the Rings was PG-13, and yet those orc highs still give me the creeps. Those ring races in Fellowship of the Ring still give me the creeps. That scene when Frodo's like, go! And you get that song, and then you get that music, and they walk out of that dark shadow. That was creepy, man. You see the hobbits, the four hobbits. That was creepy. Well, Ariel made those beings look good, man. Like, you're looking at demons, man. Demons and devils. That's why Peter's perfect is in, because he's a fantasy guy, right? Peter is a fantasy guy. Peter is a fantasy guy. That's why Zanus will have crazy worldwide buzz, guys. You're looking at crazy worldwide buzz for Zanus. And that's why John Maega, Yvonne Joje, Digimon Sue, you know what I'm saying, Don Cheadle, because chances are I will choose Don Cheadle over Vigo, to be honest. Don't hate me, Vigo, what I'm saying. Don Cheadle, Angelina Bassett, right? It's either Bassett or Bassett. Angelina Bassett, Danielle Minette, Ariana Grande, Andy Serkis, Idris Elba. They're all going to experience, Carl Urban, they're all going to experience that fame with me and VJ, with the demonic beings and what? In Zanus, man. Yeah, man. You're going to see how brave and prepped they are for the role. Yeah. You're going to be prepped. Because once the third year happens, obviously, and all my major stars who are fighting in the movie and riding horses, I fly them all to Vancouver. They stay in a nice suite in a hotel in Vancouver, obviously. They train for 1 year. They're going to be training for 1 year. That way they're prepped. I'm going to show them. Whenever the mask designers design the mask, I'm going to bring all those guys into my boardroom, and I'm going to show them the pictures, or I'll bring them to the concert room. Hey guys, this is what we're dealing with here. And I'm going to sit them all down. Hey guys, I need you guys prepped for the role. You guys are going to be fighting these demonic beings. This is just the mask. I'm going to be applying hundreds of $1 millions towards these demonic masks, guys. You're looking at demons. This is what we're going to be facing. The actor's like, holy shit, that's scary. Like, guys, you're looking at real horror, like real demons. You guys have to be prepped. Are you guys ready to go on this journey with me to fight all the demonic beings? We're ready, Ivan. They all, you know what I'm saying? They train hard. You're gonna see the actors training hard when they train. They sword train, archery training. Yeah, they're gonna train hard. Training for 1 year, man. The reason why I'm having them train for 1 year because I want to give the crewmen time to build the sets, and it doesn't hurt to have the actors look even more badass. As in Hollywood, actors only train for about a month, 2 months in Hollywood, 3 months in Hollywood, and if they look really good in the movie, well, imagine training for 1 year. These actors are gonna be badass movie stars. You're gonna see how badass like me, John Boyega, Digimon Sue, and Don Cheadle are gonna look in the movie because we're Northerns. You're gonna see how badass we're all gonna be in the movie. Holy shit, John Boyega's badass in the movie. You see him fighting with his sword. Yeah, man. Like, he's what I'm saying. Whereas Yvonne Joje and all of them, and Carl Urban will be badass too, but they're Salvans. And so they won't be as badass, obviously. The Salvans will look a bit rusty when they fight, whereas the Northerns are like trained like fighters. They've been trained. Cassius and all of them have been training since they were kids. See what I'm saying? Show my camera here.